Hello and welcome, my beautiful friends. Today I want to talk to you about the concept of spirit guides, okay? This is absolutely one of my favorite topics because we all have what are called spirit guides guiding us in our life, okay? Some people will tell you have a different amount. Some people will say each person has 3 to 5. Some people will say each person have 13. I personally believe that it's all different. Like everybody has a different amount, but there's no comparison. We chose what we wanted before we incarnated in our life, okay? How many we wanted and who we wanted. So, what is a spirit guide? And also, how do we connect with them, okay? So, what is a spirit guide? A spirit guide is a soul that we have most likely incarnated with in other lives, actually. So, they're usually a part of our soul family. And what they're existing in what is called the soul realm. Well, I'm sorry, I call it the soul realm because it's just a little bit easier to grasp, but most people call it the astral realm, okay? And so that is like where we're looking into when we're using clairvoyance and when we're psychics. We're like looking into the astral realm, into the soul realm. But so we're going to just talk about spirit guides for today. Spirit guides are existing in the soul realm, and so they are existing around you. Everybody has spirit guides that are with them their entire life. Some are more present through different parts of the life, okay? So some call it seasons. It's like you have a spirit guide for each season. And as you complete steps in your life, they kind of come in and out. But they're all there and you can always call on any of them, okay? And so they are souls that are living in the astral realm. And when you're not incarnated on a planet or like in a human body, when you are a soul, so like before birth or after death, um, there's different processes you go through. We pass away and then we go through a crossing over process where we're kind of like decompressed from our lives. And then after that, we then are free in the soul realm or in the astral realm. And so when we're in that realm, we have what's called a soul family. And this is literally our family. These are people that we have incarnated with for eons, for a ridiculously long amount of time. And that's why, you'll hear terms like twin flames or soulmate or soul family or soul tribe about being alive, about being a human, because those are moments that you run into your soul family on earth and you don't even always know it, but sometimes you just feel this crazy magnetic pull to them, okay? But our spirit guides are usually a part of our soul family that we have most likely incarnated with in other lives. And before we incarnated in this life, we decided together with members of our soul family, who was going to be our spirit guides in this life. And so when you're in the soul realm, the astral realm, you are a very like high frequency being. You have a very like, you kind of shed your ego, you kind of shed emotions, you kind of shed these different things that can distract us or make us more, focus on ourselves. And instead, you have all the knowledge of all of your lives, and you usually only kind of exists for like a higher intent, like a higher positive intent, okay? And so that is the energy of spirit guides. They know why you incarnated in this life. They know what you want to learn, and they have your best, highest, most positive intent in their heart. They're like pure love beings that love you so much, have been lived many lives with you. You've spent a bunch of time together, time. And yeah, and so they're here to guide you and they're here to love you and support you. And so usually spirit guides are a part of our soul family. Spirit guides can also manifest in different ways. Sometimes they can represent angels aren't usually spirit guides, but we can call on angels, right? We can call on the energy of gods, goddesses, deities, and sometimes like a impression almost of like a god, goddess, or deity will be a spirit guide for you as well. And so it's not necessarily that I've at least ever witnessed like the god is like your spirit guide, but it's that you might have like part of that god that's broken up into many pieces doing many things at once, as a part of, as one of your spirit guides. There's also, we have animals and things like that too, but that's a little bit different. We can talk about it in another video. Right now, we're just focusing on spirit guides. And so they're these really incredible high frequency beings that love you, know why you're here, are here to guide you, are here to love you, are here to give you advice. And so if you're ever feeling alone, you can call on them for love. If you ever feel scared, you can call on them for protection. If you're ever confused, you can call on them for guidance. All really incredible things, right? And they can manifest in a lot of ways, okay? I believe that everybody is psychic. We all have different abilities, different gifts. Some people are born in life having a stronger access to them right off the bat, but you can develop these abilities. And some people have some stronger than others, like, and by what I mean by that, let me say that again. Each person has different abilities. But like, for example, I'm really strong with clairvoyance, my ability to see, my ability to know. I get knowings, I get hits, I can like talk to things, I can channel things. Okay, so those are specific psychic abilities that I'm strong at, versus like somebody else might be really strong with like hearing, tasting, smelling, different senses being more enhanced. And there's just an endless list, not endless, but there's a very large list of different abilities that we can all have. Okay, and so why I'm bringing this up is that based on like getting to know your ability, you can use that to connect more with your guide. Okay, so for example, I see guides, I see my guides, I see other people's guides. I don't necessarily hear them, but I like almost like telepathically get messages from them. I get knowings. They are, or even more fun is that they channel. They will come through me and channel, and usually like speak to a person in that way. And so that's how I connect with guides. But everybody can connect with guides in different ways, okay? And we are all intuitive healers. We are all intuitive, okay? Do you ever get that feeling in your gut where you're like, I feel like something's off here, or I want to go that way for some reason? That is intuition. That is this like sixth sense. And so work with your own intuition, work with your own gut feelings and your own understandings of yourself, rather than getting in the mind and trying to study too much of like, how can I connect with my guides? Sit with yourself. In meditation, if you can. If you don't like meditation, just try feeling into asking, praying, asking the universe, hey, can you show me how I can connect with my guides? Give me a sign. Feel into yourself, hey, what do I think my abilities are? What have I always really enjoyed doing? Have I always had a really strong sense of smell and I smell perfumes that other people don't? Am I always really sensitive to noise and I have to wear earplugs all the time? What are my stronger abilities, okay? And intuitively sit with those and then try to practice using those to connect with your guides, okay? And usually it's something that takes practice. And there's different practices and abilities that, or different practices for different abilities to grow them and get better and better. Like for me, for example, as I'm driving, I will literally ask my knowing, my intuition, left or right. And sometimes it tells me the way that's not to go home. And then I end up in a beautiful, magical, serendipitous, crazy place. And then it proves itself to me too that it really works and the connection grows. So it's not even just that the voice inside is getting stronger, but I am losing doubt. I'm losing fear. I am gaining faith and trust. And so, yeah, you can practice in that way, connecting with spirit guides, but they're there for you. They're around you. Another thing to understand about spirit guides that I've noticed is that I don't always feel all of my guides around me all of the time. Okay, I notice that they kind of come in and out, but I can call on them at any time, and most of the time they come. Sometimes they seem like they're busy, but most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, they come. And if they don't come, it's because there's a reason. It's not because they don't love me, but it's because they know that actually a different guide would be more helpful, or that I'm actually something else is with me and guiding me and trying to help me. So sometimes I can feel them all there, but there's usually always somebody with you guiding you. And another way to access them is usually in some sort of way where you're turning your mind off. Okay, so meditation is a great way to access them. And fear and doubt specifically, like us doubting, oh no, that was just my imagination, or oh no, I'm not special, I can't talk to them, or oh no, that voice inside of me, that was just my own thoughts. It feels a little different, okay? When we have to we've probably never differentiated that. Most people have never differentiated the feeling before. So we just clump everything as imagination. We clump everything as our own voice, our own mind, our own thoughts. So try to pay attention to what feels a little different from each other. And the stronger that you start to understand that, and the stronger you start to practice that, the more the doubt can fade away and you can actually hear them talking to you. You can actually see them. Um, but yeah, it's really about turning the mind off, because the mind can really interfere with doubt, with thoughts. And so breath work is a great way to, especially any guided session. If this is new to you, going with a guided session, sitting with a healer or a psychic, sitting in breath work in a guided session. Meditation in a guided session is kind of difficult unless it's just music and not necessarily words behind it. But something where a container is being held for you, where you're able to turn your mind off and therefore the doubt off and just let things flow naturally and get to know your intuitive and your psychic gifts that way. But yeah, it's just an incredible thing that we are never alone. We chose these people to be with us in our lives. They're always there. We can call on them anytime. We are loved and guided, and we are incredible divine beings. And so, thank you for watching. I send you so much love, and have a beautiful day.